Set a good example. We back at it, man. Living it, not just talking it. I gotta get out the door today, so this video is gonna be shorter than my other ones. But I felt the need. I felt it extremely important to touch on this topic before I left out the house today. It's heavy on me. There was an incident in Flatbush between two neighbors, an upstairs neighbor and a downstairs neighbor. I guess it started with a noise complaint of the downstairs neighbor complaining about the upstairs neighbor, maybe some banging on the ceiling, which led to the upstairs neighbor banging onto the floor back down at the downstairs neighbor, and altercation ensuing after. The downstairs neighbor comes upstairs, confronts the upstairs neighbor. Things go left. Words are exchanged. The upstairs neighbor goes back into his apartment, comes back out with a pair of scissors or half a pair of scissors, approaches the downstairs neighbor with the scissors in his face. The wife comes out, tries to defuse the situation. Long story short, the upstairs neighbor who was wielding the scissors and his son were both murdered. Downstairs neighbor pulls out a gun, shoots the father, shoots the son. The mother runs back inside. Terrible situation. Terrible situation that could have been avoided. Mind your business, man. Don't bring any unwanted or unwarranted harm to yourself, Like, always think about the bigger picture. Think about your family. Think about all that you have to live for. And understand that, your world is your world. Your energy is your energy, man. You got to protect it. Let people do what they do. You do what you do. Or stay out of people's way, man. Because I feel like this is a situation where it's just ridiculous, man. It's senseless. You got a father gone, a brother gone, a mother torn apart, an entire family torn apart. All over a person making noise in their apartment, where they pay rent. Yeah, we gotta do better, man. Especially in New York, like, where, it's bad enough. Like, we live 500, sometimes 1,000 people to one building, to one complex. We all on top of each other. Emotions run high, things happen. But you gotta protect your world, man. You gotta stay in your lane, mind your business. Mind your business. And try your best not to put yourself or your family in harm's way. Men, guys, We gotta, we gotta think for our kids, for our wives. We're ego-driven people. Our emotions run high, and we usually make bad decisions when that happens. Be prepared. Understand that every move that you make has consequences. To every action, there's a reaction. If you on bad timing, cool. Be on bad timing, man, and be prepared for it to roll back around and smack you in the face. And if you're not really on that, don't act like you on that. Don't pretend. Because Duke from downstairs, he was on that. He came upstairs like ready for whatever he met at that door. He came up them stairs with all intentions that, if it was a problem, if there was going to be a continuous problem, that he was going to handle it. And I'm not saying that he's right. Somebody lost their husband, somebody lost their son. Nothing about that situation is okay. But as to speak on, the victim, when you step out, man, and you cross certain lines and you open certain doors, it's like you better be ready to stand on that. You better be prepared to go all the way. Bottom line, Duke was prepared to go all the way, and he did that. And it was senseless. It was senseless. But as the victim, it's like, sir, you came out here with a pair of scissors. We're standing in that man's face with the scissors above his neck, like close enough to me. Like you were posing a threat. You were posing a threat. The victim was from the video that I seen, the victim was threatening. And this man from downstairs, he had a gun the whole time. The dispute probably lasted 2-3 minutes. A dispute that lasted 2-3 minutes cost someone to lose a husband, a brother, a father, all these things. And like I said, it's all because there are multiple factors, and things could have went so many different ways that would have resulted in a better outcome. But my bottom line is that man didn't think. He didn't think for his family. He didn't think for his kids. He was thinking for himself. He was thinking with his ego, thinking with his pride. Because he walked back into his apartment and had the opportunity to close the door and ignore the man in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? Like never come back out, never entertain it, call the police, because there's a neighbor banging on your door now, saying that you're making a noise complaint. Making a noise complaint, banging on your door. And he very well could have, called the police, let the police come and have them sort out whatever dispute they were having. That's not what happened, though. He let his anger get the best of him. He let his ego get the best of him, and in result of that, him and his son lost their lives. You know, you never know what type of day somebody is having. So, you know, when you run into somebody and y'all, you know, y'all get into an argument or y'all get into a heated situation, sometimes just think about that. Sometimes, like, yo, sometimes just think back to yourself, like, yo, is this shit really worth it? Do I know this person? Do I know what they going through? Is this worth my time? Because the person you getting into this altercation with could have woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. And you could get, they could have had, or they could have had the worst day or the worst couple of days and are like on the edge of killing somebody, or, you know, getting into it with somebody. Like, they probably had problems bigger than you, problems that they had prior to their altercation with you. And here you go, inserting yourself into their already shitty life. You know what I mean? Like, and you get what maybe wasn't meant for you. So like I said, man, you gotta be, when you out here in this world, you gotta think for these people. You gotta be the bigger person. And you gotta remain focused and remain driven to your purpose. And don't let nobody deter you from that. Nobody. Don't let nobody throw you off track from that. I don't care how hot they get you, what they say to you, you know, like what racial slur, what smart remark, because it ain't gonna make you or break you. These strangers, these people, and even some of your friends, most of your friends, for the most part, your friends, your family, what they eat don't make you shit. When you need bail money, most of them ain't coming. Your kids need sneakers. You know, most of them ain't showing up. It's on you, man. You gotta protect your purpose. You gotta protect your purpose. And nobody's gonna do that for you. You gotta say to yourself, like, oh, all right, I see where the situation is going, or I see where my day, you got to see a situation before it happens. You got to see your day being thrown off by some asshole before it even gets that far. And just take a step back and say to yourself, like, oh, nah, this isn't what I came outside for today. This isn't what I woke up for today. And me as a grown man, 30-something years old, every day has to be purposeful. Like, it has to be, you know, I got kids, so that's what I wake up for every day. I wake up to see my kids grow, to see them thrive, to groom them, to help them, you know, progress, move forward in life. Anything outside of that is just regular worldly things, you know what I mean? But my purpose, my responsibility is to them. That's my main priority. So anything outside of that is nonsense. And we gotta be able to recognize that, man. Gotta be able to recognize that. Because I'm sure that man didn't. I'm sure that man had no idea that a small argument with his downstairs neighbor will lead to him losing his life and his son losing his life and his wife and daughters like traumatized from having to see them like that, see them both like that. You know, guys, fellas, man. And this goes for like this only applies to those men who have decent women, know what I mean? Not the rah loud type chick, know what I mean, who's gonna push, not the chick who's gonna force you into an altercation, but the chick who, who's trying to protect you and who's trying to get you to put your ego aside and she wants the best for you. She don't want to see you locked up. She don't want to see you dead. If you got a girl like that, a wife like that, please, man, listen to her. Listen to her, man. I'm watching this video and the man wife come out and she trying to tell it. She's obviously trying to tell him to go back in the house. She was having a conversation with the neighbor. That conversation was calm. It was a calm conversation. The husband runs back out. He has the scissors in his hand. She's trying to calm him down. She's grabbing him. He's fighting her off of him, to confront this man. Little does he know, this man is ready to kill if he has to. That's how true it is, man. That was just an Amber Alert. I'm sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, that's how true it is. Stay out the way, or remember your purpose. Don't let nobody distract you from that. Nobody. Like I said, that man walked out his door that day, with bad intentions. You don't know what to expect from people, man. Listen, pay attention. You got people that care about you. Listen to them. Like when somebody that care about you trying to tell you something or trying to, especially in a heated situation, like the people closest to you, they know you best. And yeah, Amber Alert's going off today. It's one of them days, y'all. People closest to you, they know you best, man. Anybody who cares for you, they ain't looking to make you look like a sucker or none of that shit. Like they looking to keep you around. They looking to keep you out of jail, keep you alive. Don't ignore that. Don't ignore that for your ego. Because in the end, everybody loses. In most cases, you gone. Your family suffers the worst of that blow. Your suffering is over. But your wife, she continues to, she has to go forward without you. Your kids, they have to go forward without you. And Everybody ain't built the same. Everybody don't deal with trauma the same. Everybody don't deal with loss the same. And you will most certainly, if you go out here and do some dumb shit, get yourself killed, get yourself locked up for the rest of your life, you will most definitely have a negative effect on your friends and family and the people that care about you. Trust me. With that being said, set a good example. Stay out the way. Amber Alert's going to fuck off today, man. Stay out the way. Stay out the way. Protect your energy. Peace.